I've chosen to go with Oakland Athletics. So
Awesome.
Tell us how excited you are. Just
it's very exciting and nerve-wracking too. It's gonna be real fun next couple of days.
you had the choice to still go to Indiana University or Oakland. I mean, tell us what the pros and cons are. I guess the pros of going to the pros.
The pros I think are just to have less wear and tear on my arm going into pros instead of going through all of college and then pros. So I think I'll be more fresh going to the pros.
Yeah.
How do you now handle the expectations that come along with this? Because obviously, 4th round pick, that's a big deal. As an 18-year-old, how do you kind of handle those expectations going in?
Just gotta take it in stride. Just can't expect too much. Just go at it as just a regular game.
Can you walk us through the decision-making process? I mean, both you kind of mentioned you didn't want the wear and tear, but how much time did you take it? Who did you talk to, kind of through the process?
I've been going at it for like a couple months now, just talking about it like almost every day. Just try to make the right decision. We go over the pros and cons. Yeah, it's just been a while.
I know obviously you've dreamt of this moment since probably T-ball. Now that it's kind of here, you've made the decision. What's the relief? How much is this kind of like, whoa, this is actually happening?
It's awesome. Just blown away. Still in shock right now, actually.
Well, how's just the family been like? Your coaches at Penn, just throughout even this last couple of months here with all the eyes that were being looked at you, just how they were able to help you in coming out with this ultimate decision.
They've been real supportive. Everyone's been supportive around me. For every decision I make, they're always right behind me, just backing me up.
Is there a provision in your contract for college?
Yes, there is.
Can you talk about how the Penn baseball experience helped prepare you for the professional level?
It helped me get prepared by just working hard every day, not taking a day off, and just having fun with it.
Is there one piece of advice that you've taken through this process that maybe sticks out to you that helped you make your decision?
Definitely just relax. Just try to relax and take it how it is.
What are you most looking forward to about, probably, I'm assuming, rookie camp here pretty soon?
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow.
Probably just meeting all the new people, getting the experience, coached by the best. Just meeting a lot of new people and stuff.
What was the feedback that you got from Oakland when you got drafted? Maybe why did they say? I mean, you could probably elaborate on this too, but what was the interest level there, and what's the excitement knowing of kind of what's ahead of you?
I can take that. Feedback. Well, obviously.
Do you mind moving the microphones over first?
Oh,
is that okay? Thank you.
We've actually been watching Skylar for the last couple of years. State tournament last year. Summer showcase tour last summer. He was on my team at the East Coast Pro in the summer. So a lot of eyes were open last summer. Okay. So going into the spring, you see his first couple of starts, and it wasn't just the Oakland A's that liked Skylar this spring. I mean, I was at a game one time when there was 15 of us there, and then his next start there might have been 45 of us there. So, so all the organizations had him high on their list. We just stepped up and pursued it a little harder than anybody else.
What was it that really sparked that interest? Obviously, the speed is top notch.
Well, I don't. I've been doing this a long time, and a lot of things come into factor when we want to draft a player and send them to the organization. Quite frankly, most I would say 90% of all kids drafted out of high school aren't ready to go to the major league or to the minor leagues. So, what sparked us is the makeup. Makeup's the big thing for us in the A's organization. Toughness, mental toughness, and stuff. A lot of times guys, high school kids won't. They might throw 95, but you know what? They don't have anything to go with it. So it's hard to develop. It's hard to predict what his stuff's going to be if he doesn't have it. So that being said, we watched Skylar on a number of occasions this spring, and saw that he had the stuff to forego college and go right to the minor leagues with us.
What kind of projection do you guys have for him? Obviously, you know, in high school, it seems like they spend maybe 5 to 6 years in the minor league system, kind of getting to that point where they're ready for the big
Well,
league.
I would hope that he doesn't stay 6 years in the minor league system. You know, it's certainly going to be up to him. You know, we're giving him that platform to succeed. He's going to go out and, like he said, you know, he's going to have some of the best coaches out there. Every organization has great coaches, ex-big league pitching coordinators, things like that, and we have the same. You know, from here on, it's going to be up to him, and you know, his ability will dictate where he goes. And you know, we're not going to hold him back if he's performing well. You know, we're not going to advance him if he's not. You know, it's like I said, it's totally up to him. He's going to get the instruction he needs. He's going to get the arm care he needs. Okay. And under no circumstances will he ever throw over 100 pitches in the minor leagues. You know, when he goes out this summer, it's going to be a slow process. He might get, you know, 2 innings here and then another inning here. He's not going to be going out to Arizona this next week and pitching 7 or 8 innings. It's just not going to work that way. So we will take care of his arm as good as it can be taken care of.
What's the best adjustment for guys coming out of high school and going right into the minor leagues, and how do you transition them into going from, you know, facing high schoolers to facing minor leaguers that quickly?
Well, it's going to be a transition period for all high school players going into the minor leagues, because you're either facing 16-year-olds or you might be facing 20-year-olds. So, you know, they try to make the adjustments. They're watching pitch. We're not going to tear his mechanics down and make him a new pitcher. That's not why we drafted him. We feel that he's got the ability to shine, so to speak, and his abilities are going to take care of themselves.
Last year, the 112th pick in the draft got a $508,000 bonus, but he was a college kid.
Mm-hmm.
Does Skylar have more? Did he have more leverage in that negotiation?
Leverage, I guess you could, if you wanted to coin the term leverage, that'd be accurate. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of negotiating going on. We targeted Skylar for, you know, since the spring, and we knew what it was going to take to sign him, and you know, we put forth the effort to go to ownership and, you know, tell them this is what we need to do, and we got it done.
Who's representing you, Skylar? Agent.
Oh, Gavin Wright.
Yeah.
Gavin Wright.
Gavin Wright.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then also Skylar, I mean, you just kind of look at the history of the Oakland, I guess especially over the last 15, 16 years, the pitchers who have been able to go through that system, you know, Heron, Harden, Sonny Gray is there, and plus a bunch more. When you think about the success that the pitchers have on sort of a lower market team, but they're still able to have success, is there any sort of excitement knowing that I can actually get to that point too?
Telling me forgot Mulder.
Yeah, Mulder, all those guys. There's a bunch of them.
And Bland, a couple of those
I could
other
go
guys
on for
that I
a while.
signed.
Yeah, those guys.
It's very exciting because I said we're going to be coached by the best, have the best arm care. Yeah, it's going to be real fun. They have all the knowledge in the world to make me the best I can be. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
What's going to be the biggest transition for you? Not necessarily in the field, but just going from being a high school kid to now you're doing this for a living.
Just don't be late to anything. So that's probably the most important thing. Just gotta know where I'm going, meet new people, and just ask 5 questions. So.
What's the feeling kind of going into that? You know, is it nervousness? Is it excitement? Like, how do you kind of feel knowing that you're kind of entering this professional realm here going forward, I guess?
It's a little both, actually. I mean, I'm excited to go, but at the same time, like, I don't know what to expect when I get down there. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little both.
How do you handle, you know, what you think you'll see this week?
I think I'll handle it well. Just take it how it is as usual. So.
And what are some of the things, you know, obviously you kind of knew what you wanted to work on this year a little bit, probably started getting towards that, but how do you continue to develop the things that you want to do, and what are the things that you're working on?
whatever they tell you to do, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I think what he needs to do is just worry about getting out there and letting us have the plan for him. You know, we all know what he has the ability to do. We've got him on film. We've seen him in person by, I think, 7 or 8 of us this spring alone. 10 or 12 different guys last summer. So there's going to be a strict pitching plan for each guy that we take. Okay, whether it be a high school guy or a college guy. You know, certain things that he's not getting from a high school instructor, which is no fault to them. You know, with the major league guys, we quite frankly have a little bit more knowledge. We have a little bit more, you know, the facilities are better, so on. You know, things like that. It's a plan that, you know, we've got it on, you know, in a book just like this of what the pitching program is all about, and you know, he's going to learn things that he probably never heard of. You know, and where to do this, and how you cut the plate in thirds, and you know, up, down, stuff like that. So we've got one of the best pitching coordinators in the game named Gil Patterson, former major leaguer, was with us for several years, went and worked for the Yankees for a couple years, and now he's back, and we couldn't be happier.
What would be a good, I guess, comparison when you guys were looking at scouting him on what player you were kind of comparing him at when you were scouting?
Well, if you look at the hair, you got to say Jacob DeGrom, don't you? Yeah. You know, it's I don't, and again, I've been doing this 24 years, and I try not to compare high school players with major leaguers because 2 things can happen. One, you can be told, "Boy, what were you thinking?" Or, "Man, you were really light on that guy." So, you know, I just like to put him out there, show him what he is, and just kind of make his own comparisons because, you know what, we want people to say that guy's like Skylar Szynski, you know, so.
Was being from the West Coast, was the hair a factor?
Well, I tell you what, I saw a lot of young men pitch this summer or this spring, and there are a lot of them like that. I don't know if you've seen Dustin Beggs at University of Kentucky, but it's probably long.
How high was he on the draft board, and what was the excitement like when you guys did see him? You know,
how high was Skylar on the draft board? We have a draft board. Well, we got draft boards all over the Raiders locker room, which we use as our war room, so to speak. And we have a top 100 draft board from everything from every position. The top 100 guys from the whole country, and he was up on that big board.
What was the excitement when he, got to the point where?
Oh, it was really exciting. It was very, very exciting because. I kept thinking, well, I'd like to see where we can get him here and there, and we decided to go in a different direction, and then he was still there, and then my GM said that I think we're going to take Skylar. So it was a good.
So where do you report to?
Arizona.
Where at in Arizona?
Mesa.
It's just a kind of.
It's our complex. Our complex. We've got a brand new state-of-the-art facility in Mesa. We took over, we were at Papago Park in Phoenix there, and we left there and we built a new facility in Mesa. We took over the Cubs' old complex when they built their new place, and we built this huge 56,000 square feet state-of-the-art clubhouse, and redid all the fields, and everything's really, really nice.
Is there a provision in his contract that he gets paid more if he goes to Beloit?
I've
heard horror stories about Beloit.
I coached at Beloit. I know what it's like.
How quickly did you know when you saw him pitch? How quickly did you know that this kid has it? He can do this. Was it right away or?
Well, as soon as when you see I try not to get too excited about guys that are 10th graders because. I got a lot to worry about in the Midwest. I mean, you can't spend a lot of time on guys like that. So when we invited him to the East Coast last year, is basically where everybody saw him and everybody got excited about him. So he was on the map last spring, but he really got on the map last summer.
Was it a pitch or was it a moment or was it just consistency?
The way he pitched.